Hello and welcome to Blocs Master. My name is Elder and today is Monday, so it's time for another video for Blocs community. So if you want the detailed and structured tutorials, once again check out the blocsmaster.com, and I teach pretty much everything you need to know about Blocs 3. Today I'm going to show you something which is not completely covered in these tutorials, and it is something I have been exploring recently. I will be using the flex classes in Blocs projects, and I won't be showing you everything. I just want to build the navigation we have on Apple's website. And it is actually a question from my student, from my friend Piotr. So it's for you if you're watching this. And yeah, if you have any questions or any requests on what kind of videos you want to learn, we want to see, you can always leave them in the comments below or send them to me by email. So without further ado, let's start and work on this navigation. And actually let me tell you what exactly I want to achieve here. So what I want to have is the logo, the links evenly spaced between each other, and maybe icon. I'm not going to put search there. I will be having icon for cart. And important stuff here is that we want to have it. Let me enter the responsive design mode on Safari. We want to make it align like that on mobile. As you can see, this Apple website on mobile, it changes from the logo on the left to logo to the center, and this menu icon moves to the left and card stays on the right. So I'm going to build something like that in Blocs using a couple of classes, a couple of flex classes, without coding, of course. So without further ado, let's move to Blocs, and I will quickly create the project here. And yeah, let's just add a few blocks so we have some kind of design. And well, for navigation I will have I will have the menu icon on the left, so I will select this menu. It doesn't really matter, I will show you a little bit later how it works, but this will be my navigation. And right away let's let's add a few colors to our global swatch, and I will make this maybe not black like Apple website, something different, gray a little bit, maybe a little bit more like that. So now if we go to preview, we can already see that we have our navigation here and the content. So first of all, let's go back to Google, to Apple's website, and see what we need to have on regular desktop mode. You can see that, they have about 7-8 links. I will create something similar. I will select the navbar, select the menu, and switch source to none. And I will duplicate this link a few times so we have enough links. And let's quickly change the typing here to something else. iPhone. Looking forward to see what Apple produces on their Apple event soon. Support. So I will have 6 links, it's fine for me. And for the logo, what I will do, I will actually disable it here. So I don't have logo like here in my navbar. Instead, I'm going to add a couple of columns and place logo and card icon there. So to do that, I will select the row which has the navbar inside, and I will change the number of columns to 3. Now I will move these links to the center. So let me actually first add the logo here. I will be using the image brick, and what I will do, I will select the source to logo, so it will automatically populate the logo from our project settings. So here I have this logo. This is the default logo we have in Blocks, but if you place any logo here, it will be replacing this one, which we just added as an image. And finally here, let's add icon. Okay, let's align it to the right. It will be always on the right. So we can actually go to the smallest breakpoint and make sure it is aligned on the right. We don't really need it. And by the way, it's placed inside the div container. I don't think we need it here. We can just drag it out and just leave the logo and align it to the right, like that. Okay, it works fine. So I will add a couple of adjustments to the style very quickly. I will align this column to the center, I guess. So it is aligned vertically. For the image as well, I will be aligning this to the center. For the links, these are by default aligned to the center vertically, but we will do something else if they are not acting as they need to. We will be using flex classes to do that later. So it looks a little bit more like Apple's website, but of course we need to change the order, because here we have logo first and then links. So let's go back to Blocks, and I will select the column, this logo, and change the order to 1. Let's select the column, this card. Well, it is star at the moment. We will change it to card and make it 3. And for the column, these links, let's make it 2. Okay, we're getting closer to what we need. So let me quickly change this card icon to something, well, I think I like this one. And I will be setting the size to, well, I will be setting the size manually. So let's edit the class card icon, and I will change the size to something like that. Works fine for me. Of course, if you want to learn in detail, once again, I have a bunch of videos covering icons and menus and everything in Blocks Master. So next, let's select the select the column, the logo, and I want it to be aligned to the left, right? But if I do that, it will be aligned to the left on all breakpoints. As you can see, this one is not breakpoint specific, so we need to do something else here. Instead of aligning the image using these alignment tools, I will add the class to this logo. Let's name it logo alignment, and I will be using the display float option. We have float option in class editor. I will align it to the left on this breakpoint. It is on the left on this breakpoint as well. For the smaller breakpoints, you can see that right now it is not aligned to the center. I will just set it to none, and because it was aligned to the center, it is just aligned to the center here. Okay, and I think for extra small it is the same story. Okay, and in addition to alignment, I will actually change the size a little bit. I think that it is fine on big breakpoints, but on this one I think that it is too big. Let's make it 35, maybe 40 here, and on the smallest one 35. Sorry, it should be 40, I think. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now it looks more and more like we need. Of course, you can see on MD breakpoint, we still need to adjust the order. So this will be first, this will be third, and the links will be second, because I think that we will be able to space these links evenly across this space we have here. Okay, so I think that for the icon as well, it is fine for the for this breakpoint, but for the smaller breakpoints, let's make it 35. And yeah, similar here. Okay, so for the padding, I will quickly maybe get rid of that. I think that it is something closer to what we have on Apple's website, but maybe we can add just a little bit of padding manually. So let's add the custom header class. You can name it whatever it is. I'm just adding the name I want here, and I will just add 10 or maybe 5. Is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference. So 5 pixels of padding on top and on the bottom of this header. So next we need to change the size of the columns here, and we can do that by selecting them, of course, in the sidebar, for example, and changing the width. So I think that for logo it will be 2, so we will have the same 2 for the icon. And for the links, we can make this, well, it is automatically filled, so it is basically 8 now. Same here, you can see that it is automatically set to be 8 because we changed the size for this column and for this column to 2. Actually, on the bigger breakpoints, we can change that to 1, I think. Yeah, we can change it to 1. Both logo and icon are big enough here. So the links are now, as you can see, filling the whole space, which will be 10 if we set it manually, but I'm not doing that because it is automatically set to 10. Because we set the 2 of these columns and they took 1 each. So as you know, it is 12 like in total. So because we set it to 1 and 1, the middle column, the column with these links, is now set to 10. Okay, and by the way, if you want to see this grid, you can just press on G and it will show you the grid, the 12 columns we have in Blocks, or Bootstrap, of course. Okay, so now we're getting closer and closer to what we need. So here, of course, we need to adjust this menu. Right now it is just 3 columns under each other. This is not what we want, but well, we will come back to this a little bit later. For now, let's actually add some flex classes, and we will add them to our list here. And yeah, let's go to Bootstrap Flex website. You can go to bootstrap.com, getbootstrap.com, documentation, and here in the sidebar, select Flex. I have been using more and more on this in my projects, and they're pretty fun. So I think that we will use something like the last one here, justify content around. So we can use the between as well. It will just place the links, the first link and the last link at the end, and then space the links evenly. Or we can use this one. I think I will use this last one. It will just put the space around the all links we have. So we will need 2 classes. We will need the flex and justify content around. So I will just go here, select the list and type the flex, and I will just put the other class here as well. And by the way, as you can see, it's not applied right away because I have to add something else manually. I will create another class, custom list, and I need to set the width of this menu list to 100%, so it fills the whole width. Okay, like that. So now you can see that these classes, deflex and justify content around, also working. They are flexing these like links across the whole column. So if I delete it, you can see that now it's not flexed. It's not evenly distributed across the whole column. So let's add this column, this class back, and it is what it is right now. It is what we need right now. So I think this is pretty much what we need here. And if we go to the second breakpoint, MD, you can see it's also already looking exactly like we want it to. And on SM breakpoint, now we just need to adjust the size of the columns here. So I will select the menu here. I will select the icon here. And for this column, for the logo, let's add 8. So we have 12 in total always. You can see we have 12 in total. So, and obviously you can see that this link is actually aligned on the, let's select this toggle icon. It is aligned on the left here because we set the column order to what we need. Let's select the column. You can see that it is 0 here, but actually if we set it to 1, it will be first. But to do that, we actually need to do that to set the order for all 3. So we have them in the right order. So it will be 1, 2, and 3. And once again, let's change the size so it is right what we want. Logo will be in the center. Let's make it 4. So I will just change the column size to 4 for all items we have here, so they align perfectly. So this is 4, this is 4, and this one as well is 4. So it's perfect on mobile. For the second breakpoint, it is also perfect. We could actually also set it to 4 here as well. It doesn't really matter because even 4 will be fine here. So we can set the 4 width for all 3 columns. For both small and extra small breakpoints, they will be fine. Obviously, as you can see, because Bootstrap is mobile first most of the time, now we have to fix our menu on the MD and RLL large breakpoint. Sorry, I'm not even going to edit this because it's okay. I hope you understand. Okay, so I will select this this column, the column with links, and make it a bit bigger. So I think that we can put 8 here to make it fill the screen. And for our biggest large breakpoint, I will just add a couple more, because right now, because we have set these values for smaller breakpoints, we cannot just leave it to automatically fill the screen because it will follow the settings we have set for smaller breakpoints. So this is not what we need for this design. So now I think it's perfect. I think we can go to preview and see how it looks. And then once again, let's take a look at Apple's website. So it is fine like that on the desktop. And if we go to bigger breakpoints, you can see that we get the same design here. Obviously, we are using this drop-down, well, not drop-down, full screen menu here, so we can actually do something similar in Blocks as well. So let's go back to our menu here, select the toggle icon and change the menu to full screen. And we can actually use this arrow down option, which will give us the similar style we have on Apple's website. So once again, let's go to preview mode and see what we've got here. So perfectly looking menu, same as Apple's website. And as we shrink the display, you can see that icon, this logo icon, moves to the center. And yeah, it stays like this for mobile devices. And obviously, if we click on our menu here, you can see that we have pretty similar design to what we have on Apple's website. The same scrolling down animation. Yeah, pretty cool. And finally, if you want this logo to actually work as homepage button like we have on Apple's website, you can just select this image and add the interaction, navigate to page, and it will be set to home by default. So now it will be also a link which you can click on. So that's it for this video. Once again, if you have any questions or need help with anything, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to learn blocks, Blocs Master is the best place to do that. I have hundreds of videos there, and these days I'm talking a lot to Blocs Master students, providing the custom tutorials and answers via email. So if you have any questions and you are already Blocs Master student, you can always you can always contact me using the support page on Blocs Master website. You can schedule a call if you want, or you can send me a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can with answers for your questions. So thank you for watching this week's video. It's quite long, I guess, but it is what it is. I think that I have showed lots of useful techniques in this video, which you can use for a website. And yeah, you can build the navigation like we have on Apple's website. And by the way, this is not the only way to build navigation like this in Blocs. There are many ways. This one uses the flex classes, which are very cool. I'm just starting to use them more and more. And when I master this, I will definitely create a series of videos on flex classes for Blocs Master students. At the moment, I'm still experimenting, I'm still learning, so I will use it time to time and maybe show this on my videos here on my YouTube channel. So once again, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them below, and I will see you next week. Bye.